Introducing Instagram Teen Accounts, a new way to keep your teen safer as they grow, like making sure they always have their seatbelt on.
All right, buckle up. Good job.
New Instagram Teen Accounts, automatic protections for who can contact your teen and the content they can see.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
And now, from the mayor's office above the boathouse on the east shore of Spoon Lake, it's Garage Logic with Chris Reavers manning Technology Corner, Kenny Olson from the Krabby Coffee Shop, John Haidt in the newsroom, and of course, the Rookie. Here is your flashlight king, fireworks commissioner, and the keeper of common sense, your mayor, Joe Soucheray.
What's up, GLers? It's Reavers here in the GL Podcast Studios once again with you in the absence of the mayor and the rest of the Garage Logic crew, bringing you another edition of the Best of Garage Logic. And I do want to make mention that I am aware and have it on good authority that there are just a couple of tickets left for the Garage Logic Town Council Target Field Takeover happening Friday, July 21st. As Minnesota takes on Chicago, you can watch the ball game amongst GLers and the GL crew. You must be a town council member to reserve your 2 free tickets. All you got to do, head to garagelogic.com, sign up for the town council, and tickets are on a first-come, first-served basis. They will go quickly, and as I mentioned, there are just a few pair remaining, so go to garagelogic.com and reserve yours. Thank you, by the way, for all of you GLers that gave me the great feedback about both the episodes on, what day is today? Today's Thursday. So on Tuesday and Wednesday, and of course the Monday Night Sports Talk Best of Edition. I always love getting feedback from the GLers because, you know, there's a lot of material to deal with, and I thought, let's keep with the theme in this entire week of the mayor's absence. And so what I've been doing is trying to find great segments from the Best of the Garage Logic CDs that will also be featured coming next week for Garage Logic's 30th anniversary. More information to come. Anyway, without any further ado, we're going to switch today's episode to the best of the 4 o'clock hour. You know, the show gets a little heavy at times with the news coverage that we provide, and I know you people appreciate it. But some of the bits that we have from the 4 o'clock hour are some of my personal favorites because, boy, are they entertaining. So without any further ado, I bring you another Best of Garage Logic, and I hope you enjoy.
If you get a call from someone identifying themselves as a telephone technician performing a test and ask you to touch 90 pound and hang up, refuse to do so.
Immediately, I want to go over to the phone and try 90 pound.
Refuse to do that.
Okay.
Because you know what that does? By pushing 90 pound, you end up giving the individual that called you access to your phone line, and it allows them to place long-distance telephone calls with the charges appearing on your bill. We were further informed, meaning apparently the people in this sheriff's office, we were further informed that this scam has been originating from many of the local jails and prisons. It's true. So if you're at home, kids, mom isn't home yet, you don't want to take that. You don't want to take that pound, that 90 pound deal. Mel?
Yes, hello. I'm a phone technician, and I would like you to do me one favor so I could complete this test on the phone. Could you please dial 90 pound for me?
Okay. Wait a minute. Could you say something else, please? I believe I recognize your voice.
Reached the overseas operator for the London Bell Telephone. Thank you for using London Bell Telephone. Please hold. Beep, boop, 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 beep, beep, beep.
This is OJ, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've told you.
I have to remember. I need some help. I need to hide something.
No, I've told you. I have told you you are not.
And I want to tell you that I need to hide this thing.
You are not getting.
I've been trying to
hide.
This is
OJ, isn't it?
3 years,
huh?
And the best place to hide things is in the garage.
No, not in my town, OJ. Not in Garage Logic, OJ. No, OJ, you're done.
No.
You're gone, baby.
What was that?
OJ snuck through again, and I've asked you 100 times not to let him on the air. This is the only show he's never been on in this country.
Usually he uses Ronnie.
Ronnie.
Now,
This
who was
time
that?
it was Mel.
See, he sounds
You
perfect.
said Mel or me.
I think it was me with the parentheses.
Yeah, but I thought it was Mel.
See, I was going to try to do the. I don't know why you turned it into OJ.
Because that's what I thought you were doing OJ.
No, I was trying to disguise my voice.
I know, and it sounded you were doing your OJ voice. So I thought it was OJ running the voice.
I don't know how
stand.
many voices I have in my repertoire.
You've got a lot of voices in your head.
I do.
Give me a little Mike Tyson. Here, let's do it again. Call up.
Okay.
Only this time
All right,
it'll be
hang on.
Mike Tyson.
Hang on.
Doing the don't if some caller calls you and says touch 90 pound and hang up, don't do it. Hello?
Yeah, this is the telephone operator, and I have a question for you.
Yes?
I'm trying to perform a test on this telephone.
Right?
So could you do me a favor?
Okay.
I would like you right now to push 90 star,
Yeah?
and let me see what happens here, because I need to perform a test.
Are you a telephone technician?
Yes, I'm a telephone technician. I'm working from the Bronx,
Yeah.
out by New York way,
I know where it is.
and I have to perform this test. Because if I do not perform this test, I might lose some money.
Uh-huh.
Could you please hold? I need to. I'm gonna try something here.
All right.
Could you just hang on?
I'm holding.
All right, because now the test is going to begin.
All right. I hear it.
Oh, hello.
Hello?
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 Who is this?
This is Joe Souchere at KSTP.
This is Ruthie.
Who?
This is Ruth Conrad.
Ruthie. Hi.
Why are you calling me?
We didn't. We were checking our
I
phones.
think it's very funny. You knew I would be home now because I'm no longer employed.
Right, but we didn't know that. See, Mike Tyson called you.
Mike Tyson?
Right.
Oh, could you hang on a minute? Somebody's at the door.
All right.
Answer the door, honey. Oh, my goodness. Look who's here. Yes, hello?
Hi.
Who's this?
This is Joe Souchere at KSTP AM, sir. We're
Hey, Suchi.
How are you?
How are you, buddy?
You over in Ghana?
Yeah, I just came back. I don't know where the hell Ruthie is. I just came over to see her and
Well, this
offer
all
my condolences, and I wanted her to feel my pain.
Well, this all started with we were attempting to do a telephone test for a helpful. We were trying to be helpful to a technician.
I think I know what you're talking. I think you've been scammed, Ruthie.
Yeah, I think
Ruthie, you've been scammed. Did they try that 9-star deal, zero thing?
You've heard of that?
I used to do it all the time in college. A great way to pick up chicks, except I had a little different way of doing it. I'd say, ring, ring. They'd say, hello.
Right.
I'd say, yes, I'm a telephone technician, and I'll be in the area. I
Yeah.
don't want you to press any buttons, but I'll be over in about 10 minutes. Could you do me a favor and put on a nice negligee on? And if you'd like to stay out of my way, you can run upstairs and take a hot bubble bath. And if you could do me that favor, just leave the door unlocked, and I'll be in and out in no time.
I understand.
And it was one
So
hell of a deal.
that's fine.
Could you hang on for a second,
I
Joe?
can, yeah.
'Cause, somebody else is at the door.
All
here.
right. It's
What is going on
trying
here,
to
Ruthie?
test
Got
the
people all
telephones.
over.
Yeah. Who's here? We still did the 9 pound thing.
Hello?
Oh no.
Oh, who is this?
Hello, Duck.
Oh, man. Not you.
Yeah, it's me, Duck. How are you?
What? Why are you on the telephone? You're supposed to be on the radio.
What?
Why are you on the telephone? You're supposed to be on the radio.
Apparently, what we did is surrender our calling mechanism by hitting 90 pound, and other people have been using our phone system.
Boy, what's the matter with you?
Yeah.
Are you not stupid?
Yes.
Because somebody is pulling a scam on
I know, and I know that now, and it's
Can you hang on a minute?
right.
Somebody's coming in the door.
All right.
Oh, who is that?
Just a minute. Who? Yeah.
Yeah, hello.
I told
don't
you.
care who's yes. No, this here, Clem Haskin. Who am I talking to?
Oh, Clem, how are you? Nice to talk. This is Joe Souchere at KSTP
I
AM 50.
appreciate that. I appreciate you being here.
Remember, I told you how good you looked.
Minnesota, University of Minnesota men's basketball program.
Right.
I hope you have turned to 180. University of Minnesota basketball program.
Well, not in terms of you. Not in terms of you.
Champion. Last time on the sports.
Not in.
Patrick Royce. You have Coach Dean Smith on. We
Not
talk about basketball. Coach Dean Smith.
Not in terms of you winning a national championship.
I work very hard. Keep up the momentum of University of Minnesota basketball program. We're trying. Oh, you can't not hang up on me.
No.
I hope you turn 180.
No.
This is what I'm trying to tell
Clem.
you. Let me just.
Clem.
I want to try to tell you something. I want you to listen. Just like pretending you're halftime at National Invitation Tournament, I'm going to tell my boys, I want you guys to listen.
Yeah.
You need to score many points.
Right.
You're going to win this one games.
Right.
You're not at Willem Arena. You're going to work very hard.
Madison Square Garden.
Madison Square Garden. A lot of Burgers King, a lot of Hardy, a lot of Wendy outside the arena.
Tacos Bell.
Tacos Bell.
Right.
You know it all.
I do. But you did not win a national title. You won a national.
At the halftime, you listen to me like a basketball player, like University of Minnesota basketball player.
Right.
I'll tell you, Joe.
Right.
I'm the coach. I have more knowledge than you.
Yes, you do.
National Invitational Program.
I understand that.
Is a tournament that will make you national champion.
Where did you eat after the final? Where did you finally end up?
Well, in New York City, you have a lot of places to go before we get on a plane, come back to the University of Minnesota,
right.
Come back to the airport, see a lot of bands say, National Champion Clem Haskin. We appreciate that.
National Invitational Champion.
National Invitational.
Well, where'd you have? Did you go to a nice restaurant?
Yeah, there's a place here called New York's Deli.
New York's Deli.
Yeah, we go to New York's Deli. They have Russians tea rooms. Have a place very nice. Taverns on a Greens. Have very. I'm not a big fan of raw steak. I said, you cook this a little more like it down in Kentucky.
And of course, you just looked at the waiter when you told him that, didn't you?
Out the window over here to my left. That's what I do when I get in character. See, when I'm in character.
When you're in character.
I work very hard.
I know you do. I know you do.
I wish I'm very happy when I do this.
So you know what that's called, don't you?
Salt my hair to make it.
Clem.
Yeah, what's it?
That's called steak tartare when you have it raw.
Steaks tartare.
Steaks tartare. Steak tartare.
See.
I don't do that
I'm
personally.
I'm a simple man from Kentucky.
So am I.
My mama still lives in Kentucky. I go down to see her.
I understand.
After University of Minnesota basketball program, win national rotation.
I understand that.
Champion.
I understand.
Well, I'm not eat steak tartare. I prefer the Wendy. I prefer the Hardy.
Right.
I prefer Burgers King.
Because they cook it there.
As I cook the meat.
Right.
I say you put it on the grill, you're gonna cook the meat.
Right.
Where you gonna fry it right there? You're gonna flame broil.
Right.
I like to eat the meat when it's cooked. Just like I do in Kentucky. I'm a grown boy. Played Washington Bullet. University of Minnesota basketball coach.
Right.
I work very hard.
Right.
Doug
And I'm
Wilkes
glad you're here.
Doug Wilkes here. Yeah. He spent too much time on Zamboni.
I know.
He's not a national champion.
No, he's not.
Like University of Minnesota basketball.
How do you think? What do you think of that, Clem? Ohio State in the hockey finals. Isn't that something?
It's Ohio State. I don't understand this.
Neither do I.
Ohio State basketball program not as good as University of Minnesota basketball program.
I was talking about the hockey program.
Right. But I'm saying
maybe they got
University of Ohio State hockey program better than University of Minnesota program.
All right, but I'm just no, you didn't win it.
I recognize myself in the University of Minnesota basketball program as national champion.
Not as a national champion, as a national invitation champion.
What the hell was that?
National invitation champion.
National invitation champion.
Yeah.
That is baloney.
No.
I'm going to tell you right now.
No, Clem.
University of Minnesota basketball program.
No, national.
Why'd you get so mad at you?
There. I don't know. But you never know
what'll. Upset.
Well, you never know what'll happen. Well, all we were trying to do.
Well, you know what?
We're trying to alert people to this scam. Don't allow a telephone technician to call you and try that 90-pound deal. Don't do it.
That's probably what'll happen.
Because that's what'll
happen. Look at what happened.
We ended up in London.
Pandemonium on the show. London, Mike Tyson for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Looking for Don King, OJ.
That's right. Mr. Clinton.
Jeez.
Ruth Goldberg.
Going to Ruthie's. What's that all about?
I don't know.
Feel the pain, huh?
Yeah, he can do that.
Lots of swimming season left, GLers. I hope you've reached out to Aquaside, a White Bear Lake company. Their products have been keeping beaches and swimming areas free of weeds and crud for more than 60 years with a great line of weed control products that work quickly and they're easy to use. I've used them. That's how easy they are to use. All you have to do is call Aquaside, describe what you're looking at, and they'll get you the right products to eliminate those aquatic plants that are driving the kids crazy. Call Aquaside at 1-800 328-9350 and tell them what you're looking at. Tell them what you think the problem is. They'll go through it with you, and they'll make sure you get the right product so your beach will look great all summer long, and there's a lot of summer left. 1-800-328-9350 or go to aquaside.com.
You know, the investment game can be awfully tricky, especially in these volatile times, and that's why you need the best and also somebody that you can trust. And that's why I rely on Josh Arnold. We know him as Mr. Money Talk around these parts, and he's here for you. So give him a call today for that free 48-minute, no-obligation consultation by dialing 952-925-5608. 952-925-5608. Josh has been at this a long time with a track record of success, and he's here to help you. So give him a call today. No obligation. That's right. No obligation. It's absolutely free. 952-925-5608. And tell him you heard about him here on the Garage Logic podcast.
Investment services offered by Josh Arnold Investment Consultant LLC, a security investment advisor. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. All investments involve risk. All comments and opinions are Josh Arnold's and do not constitute investment advice.
Chris Reavers is a paid endorser.
Otto Schmidt, 84, former U professor, noted inventor, dies.
All right.
There's not a word of this I'm going to make up.
All right.
And then let's see if you can laugh at me. All right? Mister, I think everything's
All right.
funny.
Everything's not funny right now.
Otto Schmidt had so many good ideas, he couldn't even give them away. He had to trick people into stealing them. He had just tons of ideas and inventions and useful thoughts, said Don Craighead, a friend and trustee of Schmidt's. Schmidt, a professor emeritus of physics and electrical engineering at the University of Minnesota, died Tuesday at the age of 84. See, if you have a lot of ideas, you live a long time because you're always busy thinking of
You're
stuff.
thinking, you're using
Brushes,
your mind, using your
brushes and
body.
brooms. He was an inventor with more than 60 patents and was famous for letting people steal his ideas. If he gave someone an idea and they didn't think much of it because he wasn't charging them anything. See, he'd give people an idea, they wouldn't take it because they figured, oh, he's giving it away. How good could it
how
be?
good could it be? It's failed.
If he set it on the table where they could read it and steal it, they would run off and turn it into something productive. That's probably what's happening to my ideas. His most famous invention is the Schmidt trigger.
Oh, yeah.
Developed in 1938 and used in millions of electronic devices, including computers. Schmidt learned a lot from frogs. That's
Like
the
what?
ne-
I mean, you
the
had a
next
frog that
paragraph.
would talk?
Schmidt-
You've talked about frogs, the three-legged frogs.
Oh,
and
I'm
the-
finding the similarities
Oh,
here
boy.
uncanny. Ideas, giving them away, and frogs so far.
Okay.
This guy's me.
This is you.
This is
You'll
Otto
take it. You'll
Souchere,
take
84, on a bet. Today, show me where to sign the paper. He learned a lot from frogs.
Okay.
By watching frogs, and I've done that.
Does not surprise
Oh, I have.
Does not surprise me.
Oh, I have studied frogs. By watching frogs, he designed electronic circuits that make most of our modern-day electronics possible, said a friend, Bill DeLatre. How does a frog know that it's going to land on a particular lily pad? I've often wondered that. This guy was way ahead of me. Here, I'll tell you how. Schmidt deduced that the frog keeps observing its position and sending feedback to its muscles until it has the perfect trajectory. He used this information to develop electronic feedback circuits that are self-adjusting. Oh, wow, man, don't you wish we would have known this guy?
Yeah, I do. I mean, that's
What a neat guy he would have been for GL.
Right. Oh, yeah.
He didn't take the frog apart to find this out, DeLatre said. He thought from the outside in instead of the inside out. Sat there like this. And he said, how in the hell does that frog land on that lily pad? And it turned out that he invented this deal. During World War II, Schmidt invented a device that pinpointed the presence of enemy submarines by detecting changes in magnetic fields. He also found a way to distract German radar operators by transmitting jokes slightly off channel.
Where does your mama put your chocolate?
Did you ever hear the one about the farmer and the farmer's daughter? You keep talking German, see, and I'll do auto.
Mich und meinen Mutten
Did you
ist
ever
an
hear-
Flabbenfluben.
The farmer's daughter
Die
came to the
keepen
door
from
wearing a
Flappen.
flannel shirt.
And die
What do you think the
Flappenfluben.
salesman said?
What is this? I hear. But
Meine
you will not
Mutter
hear
war
the
der
what?
Gegenstinken.
Meine Mutter managed the Tankstelle.
There was a man from Nantucket
En die Mischka.
who had a
Ich
lot
mun
in his
mich mal.
pocket.
Ich mal 1, 2, 3. Ja. Wie geht's them?
Yeah, but he was, their auto was, hunkered down.
And
Guy
ich
goes
mal
into a
feine
bar with his
Mutten,
dog, and he
ich mal
bets the
feine
bartender,
Maschen,
if my
gute
dog
Maschen.
talks, will you give me a free beer?
Flammenfluben and
Dog
Sergeant
says, roof,
Schultz.
roof, ruff, ruff. Then I asked the dog, who was named the greatest baseball player that ever lived. And he had a 56-game hitting streak, and he's married to Marilyn Monroe. Roof, roof, no, no. Then they go outside, and the dog looks up and says, was it DiMaggio? And that's how we won World War II.
Because he had that.
Because of this guy.
What I hear in the background. I
That
did
was
not
a-
know.
Oh, that's Otto again.
Yeah,
telling jokes.
Otto. He's funny, man.
Mm-hmm.
More Austrian.
When the operators listened to the jokes, they couldn't keep track of their radar signals, De La Trey said. It fooled some of them for months. I don't think I'm going to buy a German car now that I think about it.
That sounds
They're,
like something
they're
I would
that
do.
easily put off their
Oh,
game
man.
with Otto over there doing Henny Youngman? Come on.
I would have been a German general, I think.
You would have gone right to the
Oh, I
top.
went right to the top.
From 1958 to 1961, he was chairman of the Bioastronautics Council, which studied how to support human life in space. Now, you ready? No, hang up on that. I got to talk to you about this.
The Blur knew Otto Schmidt.
Is that the Blur?
Yeah, he knew him.
Hey, Blur,
Yes,
you knew this guy?
I met him a couple of times.
Was he Blur-like?
He was fairly old at the time. He had been hanging out at the University of Minnesota in the physics area in a
Yeah, letting people steal stuff.
You ever get anything from him?
No.
Come on, you would have if you could have, huh?
I sold him some stuff when I was working at a popular electronics boutique.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Circuit City.
For the longest time, I kept the store copy of the sales slip, and Mrs. Blur finally threw it away.
Oh, give her the
I gave her the look.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks, Blur.
So yeah.
All right.
Bye.
See, the Blur even knew him.
Well, listen to this. Schmidt carried 3 watches. Oh, that's funny to you,
You know,
huh? Oh, that's funny to you that a guy that thinks like this would need 3 watches.
Well, I can imagine myself carrying 3 watches.
He wore a watch on both arms, one being digital, one analog. That's with hands for you in the media elite.
Where was the third one?
He'd have a pocket watch. If the
That's
two
what I mean.
if the 2 watches on his arms didn't agree, he'd consult the one in his pocket. Well, we've all done that. Schmidt won numerous awards and was a member of the Minnesota Inventors Hall of Fame. He held a triple doctorate. A triple doctorate.
Triple? How do you get a triple?
Physics, math, and
Oh,
zoology.
my goodness.
Holy mackerel.
Do you think he can test out, or does he have to go through all the stuff?
Man. Schmidt is survived by nieces and nephews. The funeral will be at 3 p.m. Saturday. You know, it would be worth going to this tomorrow just to see who'd show up at it. I'm not kidding.
Who'd eulogize him?
Well, I mean, can you imagine? It'd be guys with hair like the Three Stooges and wearing lab coats.
Albert Einstein lookalikes?
Yeah. Everybody wearing about 5 watches. Slide rules up the yin-yang.
Well, you can probably go there at 5
Pocket
o'clock.
pen
They're still
protectors.
piling in because their watches are off.
The funeral will be at 3 p.m. Saturday at the Virginia Street Church, 328 Selby. I'm trying to picture that. I can. I know where it is.
Yeah.
Visitation will begin at 2 o'clock at the church. Burial will be in St. Louis. He must be from Missouri, huh?
He's a Missourian.
Well, I don't know that.
Missourian.
I don't know that he's a Missourian. I'm just saying that the burial will be in St. Louis. He's survived by nieces and nephews. Does that presume a marriage? Does that mean there's no mention of a wife or his own children?
I think they probably was solo.
He was the nutty professor. He was always out making flubber, and he never got to the church in time. What a nifty sounding
Yeah,
guy.
that's too bad. And see, if anybody else knows someone like that, send us some material.
Oh,
on
this
them
is
so
the
we
kind
can
of guy.
Talk to them while they're alive.
This is a GL guy.
Yeah.
If you're getting good and tired like I did of the big banks, well, then I'm here to let you know about North American Banking Company. It's Reavers, by the way, here in the GL Podcast Studios. I made the switch. You should too. North American Banking Company offers the same online and mobile banking options as the other banks, but with the unparalleled service of a community bank. And they're also locally owned and operated, which means loan decisions are made right here in the Twin Cities, not shipped out of state. And this helps business owners solve problems and expand their business with confidence. North American Banking Company deals with numbers every day, but you are never one of them. And their experienced bankers are ready to help business owners navigate all of the challenges and obstacles that come with owning a business. When North American Banking Company first opened back in 1998, they made a promise to deliver a better banking experience for their customers, where you know your banker and they know you. While a lot has changed since 1998, this commitment to being a true community bank in the Twin Cities, well, that has not. So here's the deal. Go online. North American Banking Company's website is nabankco.com. nabankco.com. North American Banking Company, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
How would you like to live with me for about a week? No, not really. Well, for those that might want to take the chance, I've got family members that could tell you stories, but we are planning a trip to Croatia. It's the excursion of a lifetime. It is next year in July. It's not this year. It's 2024, so you can start saving up. We're going to be aboard the beautiful, beautiful Adriatic King, an 18-cabin motor yacht, the perfect blend of simple luxury and spacious comfort. More about that later. Go to their website at escapewithusvacations.com. These are my two sisters. They are world travelers, and this is one of their favorite trips that they set up. So we're going to be on a private yacht, you guys. We're going to be hanging out, going up and down the shoreline of Croatia, looking at its beauty. And I want you to see everything that is included. And you do that by going to escapewithusvacations.com. I am super excited to do this. I've got family members that are going. I know some friends that have already signed up. It is next July, the 14th to the 21st, an 8-day cruise from Split to Dubrovnik. You are going to have a blast. Look at the pictures. Go to the website, escapewithusvacations.com. Yes, I want to promote the trip, but I also want to say my sisters are the best in the industry. Suchi Boy has used them for a family trip. If you're going to make a plan, if you don't know anything about traveling, get online, escapewithusvacations.com. You will not be disappointed. I'll tell you what, if you want to call and make a reservation, you can do that as well. The telephone number to call is 651-788-4338. Let them know that you want to cruise to Croatia with the Rook.
I'm reading a letter here from a veterinarian.
All right.
Who has enclosed an industry journal article, the industry being veterinarianism, I guess, huh?
Mm-hmm.
About how they've redesigned now testicular implants for dogs. And this guy is writing that the people who developed this have too much time on their hands and that any Garage Logic veterinarian installing these devices should be dealt with accordingly and maybe sent by bicycle to Euphoria. Sincerely, MD Johnson, DVM.
Mm-hmm. Did you see the...
wait a minute.
Oh, there's
They're
more?
called Nudical Naturals.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nudical Naturals.
Nudical Naturals. They've been available since early July as another option for testicular implants. I had a lot of feedback from veterinarians and consumers saying they liked Nudicals, but were opposed to the hardness. The natural Nudicals are made from solid silicone form, not the gel that leaks.
What?
We gotta get
Why
in the
would you
White
know
House
about
that needs these. The material replicates testicles literally down to the feel, size, shape, and weight.
Little doggy package.
You know, well, the original Nudicals, of course, were made of hard polypropylene.
Yeah, I didn't like those.
They were
They didn't feel right.
I tried them.
They didn't
I didn't
feel
like
right.
them.
They didn't feel right.
They were introduced commercially 3 years ago, and since then, more than 14,000 surgeries have been performed.
How many?
More than 14,000.
Whoa.
On dogs.
Wow.
That we know of.
Okay.
There's now been no problem. It's been done by 8,000 vets worldwide, said Greg A. Miller, president of Buckner, the Buckner, Missouri-based company that makes Nudical Naturals.
Buckner.
And, that's right. And they don't even cost much. You can get a couple.
How much can you get a
You
little?
can get a couple of these for $25, to $30.
You get a pair for
Well,
$30.
The Nautical Naturals range from $89 to $129 and are individually available. You can get them for cats, horses, and bulls.
Individually available.
I didn't even know cats had those.
I didn't.
Male cats have those?
They got your.
I don't do cats,
deal.
so,
No.
what do I know? I guess they have them. Because you can get them here. You can get them in special colors. So,
The leopard skin, the striped, or the solid color.
My God. Betty Lewis, a spokesperson for the American Humane Association, agreed that the procedure would not harm the animal, but is concerned about owners who are subjecting their pets to an additional and unnecessary surgery. In other words, there are owners who want to give the dog that certain look?
Yeah.
Huh? What are you looking at?
I'm checking your email as we speak. But what I wanted to find out here is that, are we doing this because the pet has a low self-esteem because he doesn't have it anymore?
That's what I'm beginning to wonder.
I mean, if that's the case, then out of the trash comes that pet. Remember the pet guest that I just gave you before the show?
Yeah.
You better grab
pet
therapist. Maybe we should talk.
That's a guest we'll never have.
What do you think about your own person there, little Rover?
It's a process. Was developed to allow previously neutered dogs the opportunity to have nudicles implanted.
Why?
That's right. Why would be a good question.
I guess there's one. Well,
you know what?
I don't want to go under the purpose.
I don't know if this is from a veterinary magazine. Yeah, it must be. It must be.
My problem would be with
the CTI Corporation's new Nautical Naturals claim to keep the dogs looking and feeling the same. Looking and feeling the same as what?
A dog,
the
though.
The neighbor dog who's got the real thing?
Hey, Rover.
Hey, look what I got. I got naturals.
Look at I can swing them. A dog would, let's get serious here now.
Yeah, why would the
Here's
dog?
what a dog would
It's not
do
a good
if that's
deal for a dog.
hanging from his person.
Right.
A dog that's going to aggravate a dog. Yeah. He's going to want to get it. A dog, wouldn't a dog rip that out?
No, these are natural. That's why they're right down to the same weight, feel, consistency, and look. See, the dog is tricked. Dog's thinking, no, wait a minute. I was neutered 5 years ago. How did these things get back here? And all of a sudden,
I thought I wasn't supposed to have these.
I thought I didn't have these deals. And then the dog borrows the car and takes off because he's got action now. Doesn't say anything about action.
Yeah. Oh, he'll find a way to get some action.
The more I think about it.
Hey, Ruffy.
If you neuter a dog,
yep,
that's to prevent the dog from fathering other dogs.
Yes.
Right?
The urge to procreate.
So really what you have here is I think you're right. I think it's a lot of dogs, once they get neutered, they get depressed maybe. They just walk around with their head down.
Kicking sand, hands in their pockets if they're wearing
leaning
pants.
Against the garage. Damn it, I got neutered. If only there was a product out there to make me look normal.
Yeah, if I could walk around with pride.
My God, is this a great country or what?
Well, that's why I'm saying maybe that guy might not be a guest we'll never have. A pet therapist?
I'm not talking
Can
to
you
a
imagine?
pet therapist.
You could just say,
no,
buddy.
Hey,
buddy.
You know why?
I got one question for you, but we'll
heart.
set up a whole interview and then say,
heart.
what's the deal with the doggy package?
What about these units?
And he'll say, they should have those. They should feel right. And then you say, thanks, that's all I wanted. Goodbye. Click.
Oh, if he was on the phone, I could probably.
That's what I mean.
If he was in
we
here,
wouldn't do him in studio. Now you do him on the phone.
I'd
You say,
wimp
"Come
out
on,
like
buddy."
The wimp I am,
Pet
and
therapist.
be nice to the guy.
Yeah, you're too accommodating. You know what? You would do this. You're too accommodating. You probably have to accommodate your dog. You need to get tougher.
I'm going to tell you something. A, I got a female dog.
Yeah.
B, if I had a male dog,
yeah,
I ain't buying no nautical naturals.
I can picture your
nautical,
phone call.
I said.
Hi, I'm looking for the nautical.
I would get the dog nautical naturals. Maybe
With
a little life
sail-
raft, little sailboat. But I'm not. Can I get the kind that have little sailboats on them? I want nautical naturals.
All right, the winds. What do you say when you're turning left or right?
Prepare to come about. Hard a lee.
Oh boy, doggy. What are they called again?
Well, the more. Look, These things come across in the mail from observant garage logicians on the lookout for euphorian encroachment in all areas of our lives. And this is what... Wasn't it just in the paper about a week or two ago, a California couple with a lot of money that want their dog cloned?
Yes.
It is not inconceivable to me that those two fruitcakes would buy their dogs a new set, right?
You're probably right.
So,
and the next step is to no, I guess we are already there with clones.
Now, did you know that a dog the company also offers a watch, keychain, necklace, and other promotional gift items.
Where's Rover? Rover, give me your...
Can you imagine, though? The dog must
Lift
have
up your
two
leg.
nautical knickers on it. So you'd look at your watch, and some guy would say, well, what's that on your watch? Oh, I got this when I got my dog's new nautical knickers.
And the hands might be paws that are kind of going this way.
I don't think it'd be paws. Be the two.
Yeah, it'd be the two
deals, and then you can get your wife the necklace. She could wear that.
Honey, all we need is 4 more dogs, and I'll have the complete 20-inch chain.
We got to buy another dog just to get the nautical neutrals. And we go now to Rover. Apparently, there's a Rover on line 10. Rover, you listen to the show? Have you been neutered? Was it painful? And so I take it was painful. And are you aware that you can get something now called, here, I'll have to look at it, Nautical Naturals. Nautical Naturals. That's right, and and they're the same weight, feel, and consistency as your old ones. And you'll be a big hit again with all the other dogs, wouldn't you, Rob? Right. So, is your owner around? Can I talk to your owner? Yeah, my Rover's gonna get.
Hello.
Yeah. Are you the dog's owner?
Yes, my name is Janice.
Janice, are you aware that for your dog you could get something called Nautical Naturals?
No, I thought it was odd that Rover was listening to the radio and
Right.
actually dialed the telephone.
Right.
What are they? I know he was very excited. I almost sound like Mike Tyson. Hello?
Janice?
Yes, this is... Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
Who is this, please?
Joe Souchere on KSTP.
Oh, okay, yeah, we have you on in the kitchen, and Rover decided to give you a call.
Yes, he did. Apparently you had Rover neutered.
Yes.
And his self-esteem could be suffering as it...
Excuse me, I have allergies.
Yes, you do.
I forgot to take my Sudafed.
Uh-huh.
I think I have to go now.
GL Joe here. When you go to pick out a new garage door opener business, check their online reviews. My personal pick is the family-owned GLers Precision Garage Door of the Twin Cities. 5-star Google ratings are common, and they get great comments from customers. Here's one to share. My door broke Sunday night, and I called, and they set up an appointment early Monday morning. Every step in the process was easy and professional. They sent emails to confirm and a picture of our Minnesota Tech Mike before he arrived. He was on time. He fixed the door in under an hour, and I will always recommend Precision Garage Door. That's Mike in Hopkins. Look, these people guarantee every job they do, and they aren't satisfied until you are. They're my buddies from Precision Garage Doors, serving the metro and western Wisconsin. Make sure you let them know you appreciate a GL-owned business. Precision Garage Door, they're my people. They fix garage doors correctly. Get help online immediately at precisiondoormn.com or you can call them directly at 612-263-6985.
With the return of humane temperatures also comes the return of windshields covered in smashed bugs. Thankfully, Seafoam has us covered with their amazing Bugs Be Gone solution. Bugs Be Gone easily solves the frustration of scrubbing bugs off your windshield and front bumper. You spray it on, it breaks up the sticky bond of bugs and crud with the vehicle surface, so you can simply wash it away with water. And yes, Bugs Be Gone is safe for all finishes. It's a non-toxic formula and water-based and leaves no film or haze when it dries. Just a clean windshield with nary a bug in sight. And we can use Bugs Be Gone on all sorts of stubborn organic crud. So a lot of people try it on a car and then they find all sorts of other uses for it, like campers, golf equipment, fishing gear, anything organic. Just spray it on and wash it off, and the bugs be gone. Just another wonderful product for our vehicles from our friends at Seafoam.
Well, there's a story in the St. Paul Pioneer Press today saying that it's now it's women's turn.
Right.
It's their turn. Men have had Viagra, and now women have a device that can apparently can help them on this long overlooked problem of sexual dysfunction in women, right? And apparently there's a new product. It's in fact there's a new company, a St. Paul country called Eurometrics.
St. Paul company.
What did I say?
Country.
St. Paul company.
A little thrown off your
It's called
game,
well, it's a tough story. It's called Eurometrics.
Yes.
This is a big story.
Yes.
It has developed a handheld device that promises to do for women what Viagra has done for men. So
good, because
it's called the Eros CTD.
Yeah, EROS.
That's right.
Right.
And then CTD is stands for the thing, you know. So it's an apparatus that resembles a computer mouse with a small plastic cup on one end. Beep, 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 beep. And then, as I said, you put on the metal bowl with the electrodes and the fireproof suit. And
go in the what is it? The Orgasmatron.
Go in the Orgasmatron, and you come out with that big, big grin like this. And so you put this on, or you hold this device,
right?
And then it has a small plastic cup on one end, and the cup is called the Caress.
Right.
Caress.
Right.
That's placed over the thing.
And then you turn
right
it
over
on.
your deal. Right. And then all of a sudden
you start reading AP wires.
Well, that's placed over the thing.
Right.
And then a battery-powered machine is turned on. A tiny pump then draws blood into the area. So, that process, according to the experts, improves sensation,
right,
lubrication, and pagination. No, and orgasm.
Right.
And then there's a quote here from the doctor, Dr. Kevin Billups, who's working on this.
What does he say?
We believe a lot of female sexual dysfunction is a medical blood flow restriction problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's a urologist who specializes in these kinds of problems. And he says, well, now we have a way to address this problem. This is not a sex toy. It works on the blood engorgement principle.
Right.
So, and then he says, well, they had a study, right? Mm-hmm. And more than half the women in the study have failed self-stimulation and vibrator therapy.
Ah, so that's the reason that they...
So, that didn't work, so now they invented this product to help people. It's for helping.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah. Billups is one of the few doctors in the country testing the machine for FDA approval, and he's encouraged by what patients have told him. It got everything going, said Mary, a 35-year-old Shoreview woman who did not experience her first orgasm until she was 25, and only about 4 others in the 10 years since then. And so she said she was very close to her cousin, and the cousin would talk about orgasms, And she said, I didn't know what she was talking about, explained Mary, who asked that her name not be used. But then she got this Orgasmatron device, and look out. Sky's the limit.
Call it and ask it!
Was that Pat?
Yeah.
What did he want?
Oh, no, that was that not in the phone. That was my
Was that
brother with a very funny comment, of which will not make the air.
Right. So last fall, Mary saw a newspaper ad about the study that Dr. Billups was conducting on women, and she signed up for the course.
Right.
Right. And the nurse who showed her how to use the Eros CTD explained that it was designed to enhance orgasms, not to generate them.
Right.
Just to enhance.
Right.
And Mary...
So you got to do a little of the work yourself.
Mary went right to the head of the class, I think, because she noticed little improvement initially, but she stuck with it.
Right.
And now she got an A+ because she was producing your multiple orgasms. And she got so comfortable that she actually married her boyfriend.
Well,
so that's a good thing. Right?
I would imagine he's very happy.
Right.
Is that right?
Yeah. And you got Phyllis here, a 52-year-old woman from Stillwater, who asked to remain anonymous, said she began to experience some problems. She said something wasn't right, you know. Right. And she needed correction, and she didn't want to take medication, and she saw the study. She signed up as well. And she thought it was safe, and if it didn't work, she would just live with the problem. But to her delight, the device put a big smile on her face.
Is it battery operated, or do you have to wind it?
Battery operated. Then you put on the metal bowl with the electrodes.
Okay.
Data from the study, which involved 40 women, have been submitted to the FDA, and they're looking for a decision this summer. You know, Billups might be on top of a gold mine here.
You bet. They'll be whoever invented Viagra is probably going to make, or he's going to make as much as the man or woman that invented Viagra.
And, well, good luck to him. I hope he does. And it says he's currently enrolling women in a larger study. And this time participants will include women with diabetes and a disease that attacks blood vessels, because this is a blood engorgement problem.
Yes, I've said that many times.
Right, that's what I've always wanted.
That's where I got it.
You know what we got here, honey? We got a blood engorgement problem. So, and the women always say, "Oh, don't worry, that happens to everyone."
Exactly.
And other women are very excited about this. Laura Berman, a sex therapist and co-director of the Women's Sexual Health Clinic at Boston University Medical Center, who collaborated with Billups on the first Eros CTD study, cautions that the device does have its limitations. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it can't make you better looking, for example. Right. It's not going to work in women who can't...
achieve an orgasm.
Well, who have an unsatisfactory relationship.
Right.
And that's why experts caution about comparing sexual fixes for men and women. What works for men may not work for a woman.
Right.
You know, a man, just give him the pill. You could give him a sugar beet pill and tell him it's Viagra, and boom.
Right. For a man, it might be a pill. For a woman, it might be a thought.
For women, it might be an issue.
Right.
You know, could be issues. So you got to hook them up to this machine and turn it on and hope you get a firing.
Right. For guys, it's just give me the pill and stand back, okay?
Yeah. You know, there's a guy on the line that says fine, but there's no cylinders involved. I'm still saying this is a GL deal. This involves a hunk of machinery.
But once the
an attachment.
Once the doc gets her all squared away.
Sure, hooked up.
We're going to have a big and exciting party.
Yes, Paul.
I read that story too, and what about this Mary talking to her cousin about the orgasm? How's that working out for her?
Right.
That was the strangest thing in the entire story.
No, I think
I can think of is here's today's sports hero, Mary from Shoreview. Mary, you've had 4 orgasms in the last 12 years. Could you tell us a little bit about that? And can this new Orgasmatron device, what the hell is it
Here's
called?
today's sports hero, Mary. How about this orgasm thing? You've had a couple now. Your cousin never had one. How's that work?
God, nice conversation, Mary from Shoreview.
Well, it got her fixed up there, buddy.
Yeah, well, she she needs it. She may need this device.
Well, there could be issues.
There might be.
Yeah.
There
So
might be.
what
Well,
Paul's
it's a nice
saying-
sunny day out anyway.
Yeah.
So what you're saying, Paul, is you've never talked to your cousin about something like that.
I really haven't.
Okay.
No.
Either have I.
I just haven't, and that was probably the strangest line in the entire story.
Well, try it on Easter. Try it this Sunday, will
Bring
you?
it up this Sunday. Maybe we could have some orgasm talk.
Here's today's sports hero, Mary. You got these orgasms.
How do you get those? Because I haven't
I'll
had
look
one.
it
I'm
up for
50
you. Did you
years
try
old.
This new device. Did you get that electrical cord wrapped up just so? I don't know. I got this computer here. All I can think of is Austin Powers.
Oh.
I mean, this is something right out of an Austin Powers movie.
Well, plus I'm having an issue with it.
Well, it's just.
Well, I mean, you got an appliance that's attached there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
it's,
saying?
Clip on.
You know, what about my needs?
Well, yeah.
What about my needs?
Well, how do you, I mean, seriously, the thing is hooked on there. What's
Yeah,
that all about? How do you get in there is what I'm saying.
I don't know how that works from our perspective. You know what I'm saying?
I think I do. Yeah.
That's just a whole electrical area I don't want to go into.
Yeah. All right there.
All right. Very good.
Yeah.
My
All right.
guess is once it's there, you could probably figure it all out.
Well, I'm not, I hope this works for women. And I hope Bill Epps makes a gold mine.
Yes. It's $1 million idea.
It's an entrepreneurial effort to create a company in St. Paul, Minnesota. I say to the guy, I say this. And the women could be saying this.
And more than that.
I'll say.
But I do have questions, of course.
I'll say this when it clips on.
Ouch. See, that's why I'm interested in the part where it says, experts caution about comparing sexual fixes for men and women. What works for men may not work for a woman.
Right.
Right? Because, beer and getting naked works for a man. Right? That's all you got to do.
That was...
Right? Wasn't that one of the rules of men or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And women could be under stress. They could have an inconsiderate husband.
Right.
There's a variety of problems that women could be facing, and of course, for women, there is an emotional aspect that could be as important as the medical aspect, and so.
Well, I think even in the article they said, what did they say toward the end? That for good sex occurs between a couple in a relationship, it's good communication. When a man takes a pill and says, let's go to bed, that's not really communication.
No, but it is if she straps on the Orgasmatron. Holy cow, this thing could cost $300 a pop.
Right. Yeah, it's pricey, but that's...
I hope it works. I hope they make a killing.
I think he sold one, at least, with Mary.
Mary's in.
Right.
She's waiting for the FDA approval.
Yep.
Just a minute here. Kate.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I just think that Mary's not so strange. I mean, you guys just don't know it, but us girls talk about that kind of stuff all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, the quote the caller, Paul, was referring to was Mary said she was very close to my cousin, and when she would talk about orgasms, I didn't know what she was talking about. And so that's what...
Here's today's sports hero.
That's what Mary was referring to.
Right.
Yeah. But women do that all the time.
We have more open conversations
Of course
than
you do.
Men.
Of course you do. You're more sensitive than men.
Correct.
Yeah. Kate, thank you.
You're welcome.
You want to give me that again?
Right. Well, I was going to tell you before that, we don't really have that kind of conversation, if you know what I mean.
No, I never have had that.
Right.
I'm willing to learn.
And I'm really glad that we don't do that. Now I can't find it, so we got to...
I wonder if it makes a sound. You know what I'm saying? No, what if it sounded... Well, here's a guy. Just a minute. Robert.
Joe.
Yeah.
My wife was part of this study, and we have this device here, and we thought you might like to hear how
I was wondering how it sounded.
How's that working out for you?
Oh, it works, and it's working great.
All right, turn it on.
Get it, hon?
Yeah.
I think you got the industrial strength model, didn't you?
Well, the wife had a real problem. We thought we better get the strongest one they had.
You used to weigh 280 pounds. Tell people what you weigh now.
95.
Fire that thing up once more.
Fire it up again, hon.
All right. Goodbye. Oh, God. Well, I'm going to repeat in all seriousness.
Mm-hmm.
I hope the guy makes $1 billion.
Oh, he's gonna.
Right?
He's gonna.
Well, we don't know that he will. I just hope he does.
Well, I really do think he will. Well, it'll catch on like Viagra.
Yeah, I hope so.
Since 1985, Air Mechanical has served the Twin Cities for their heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs. They can also help you with drain cleaning, duct cleaning, and indoor air quality, serving the entire metro area. From general maintenance to full install, they got you. Furnace installs, boilers, heat pumps, garage heaters, and more. Air Mechanical employs top-trained tradespeople in the state of Minnesota. They operate with full integrity. They do things the right way, not the easy way. And their Total Solutions membership is like having Air Mechanical on retainer. Keep all of your home maintenance needs in one comprehensive membership. Select one tune-up a year and enjoy benefits like discounted maintenance, repairs, service, and equipment costs. Catch problems before they arise and keep your home's mechanicals running smoothly. We'd love it if you gave Air Mechanical a shout-out for any heating, cooling, plumbing, or electrical needs. Call or book online at thinkami.com. That's thinkami.com.
Not a Garage Logic Town Council member? Here's what you're missing.
Joe, do you know what he's referencing?
No.
DeLorean didn't
Back to the Future.
fare well.
Wow,
Very
good for you. Probably because it's only the 160th time he's made the reference.
Leah Thompson, Minnesota's own. Leah Thompson.
She was a cutie pie in that movie.
Cutie pie?
Mm-hmm.
Cutie pie.
We have a lot of female listeners who were worried about me. Thank you, town council people.
Well, there was a lot of people that emailed in that were worried about you.
Nothing to worry about.
I had emails just to me, to people. Make sure Joe gets to see a doctor.
He did. Joe went to the doctor.
Couple of gals got a hold of me and just wanted to make sure that I was okay.
Go behind the scenes of Garage Logic with unfiltered audio and video access, invites to exclusive events, an emailed newsletter from the mayor himself, and more by signing up at garagelogic.com.
There is the possible first case of human foot and mouth disease.
His name is Greg.
Greg, in England, a fellow trying to literally haul a decomposing cow across the farmyard had it blow up on him. This is true. I mean, it popped on him, and the fluid got all over this poor guy and into his mouth. Now, the good news is that this is not fatal in humans, although extraordinarily rare. This was in Cumbria, a county in northwest England. Yeah. Greg, is it?
Hello?
Greg!
What's going on?
We've reached you, and I suppose it's late at night there. We're sorry to wake you up. My name is Joe.
Not too late.
Pardon me?
Not too late.
My name is Joe Souchere. We're on the air in the Twin Cities of Minneapolis, St. Paul, and we understand that...
Are we live in the air?
Pardon me?
Are we live in the air?
Yes, we are.
Oh, jolly.
Pardon me?
So jolly.
Right, and we understand that you... the tests aren't actually in yet, but you may be one of the first humans in more than 30 years in England to have contracted foot and mouth disease because you had that unfortunate accident with a cow. Is that correct, sir?
Yeah, I was helping them out, put the cows away.
Right.
Scraping them away.
Right. Were you hauling a cow yourself?
Me and a couple of friends had it right over my shoulder.
Oh, you did?
We're 4 men.
4?
And had each a leg, and one popped.
One of the legs popped?
No, the cow popped.
The cow popped?
Yes.
And you, unfortunately, were what, doused with the cow juice?
Had my mouth up and breathing it in.
Oh, boy. Were you
unfortunate.
Were you shocked?
Shock wouldn't be the word. I was very nervous at first, but many doctors said that I'll be fine.
What about...
Might get some blisters.
Right.
My 3 friends were very worried.
Who are they? Are the 3 farm workers with you?
Yes. Ian.
James. And?
Rodney.
They didn't get any of the carcass fluid on their persons?
Yeah, some flew around, but they were not ingested, no.
And why did you have your mouth open, Rodney? Oh, you're Greg. Greg, I'm sorry.
Rodney's my friend.
Rodney's
he had the other leg. I had the leg.
Right.
And when the cow popped, the explosion from the mouth, tough to describe, but the fluid came out, went right in my mouth.
Well,
I was breathing in. Man's got to breathe.
I see, from exertion.
Not exertion, but just breathing in regular. I didn't expect it to pop.
Right. You've ever had one pop on you before?
Never moved cows.
Oh.
Never had them. I was not around for the previous mad cow scare.
How old are you?
Thought you were going to ask me when that was. I would have been in trouble.
Well,
I'm 35.
Well, that was in 1966. You would have been a small boy.
I don't remember any reports.
Actually, you would have been 66.
I'm about that age. Forget.
So you,
I was 2, 3.
you were just born, let's say, and
yeah,
so. But do you own this farm, or do you live on it, or what was the story?
No, my Rodney's uncle does.
I see.
We just happened out. We were down at the pub. We decided to help him.
Right.
What can you do? The poor man.
Right.
He's lost everything.
They're burning cows, aren't they?
Unfortunately.
Right.
Now, I don't want to ask you an indelicate question, but what did that smell like?
Very foul smell.
Was it?
Flesh burning. You mean?
No,
what the cow at the?
The one that popped.
Oh. Trying to think. What can I equate it to?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever had your belly button itch terribly for a long time, and you let it go and let it go, and one day you wake up.
Yeah?
And your curiosity gets the best of you.
Right?
So you stick your finger in there. And you pull it out, and you take a whiff. It about knocks you out. You've done it, have you? Have you done it?
No, I haven't. I have not. I've not.
Hopefully, you never have to try it sometime, but it's terrible.
Are you married?
Yes.
What's your wife think of this? Was she sympathetic? Is this?
She's a little upset.
I would imagine. I bet the relations.
She's happy. We were helping out Rodney's uncle.
Right.
But
what's Rodney's uncle's name?
Bert.
Right. And I would imagine this would put a hold on relations, if you know what I'm saying. She's probably a little weary until.
Sure. She's not real. I haven't been green lighted yet, if you know what I mean. I've tried, but
well,
the sign still says stop.
I see. Are there signs, not signs that say stop, but are there?
Are there
signs of hoof and mouth on you?
Well, I did try to pick up a pencil earlier. I did have trouble picking up a pencil earlier today because my fingers look like this. Well, I eventually picked it up and starting to write a note to my wife, telling her I love her.
Mm-hmm.
And she has awakened me in the middle of the night. She thought I was dreaming. I said, "Why you awaken me?"
Right.
She said, "You're mooing." She added that disturbs her.
Well,
on Ivecoast, being a little groggy, said, "Would you like to get lucky?"
Mm-hmm.
She said, "Not with you, bovine boy." But the wife, she takes great sport with it as well. She's got a couple of good one-liners. If I'm too close to her in bed, she'll say, "Move over." I don't think it's funny. Do
No,
you?
I
hear you laughing and jolly about it.
No, I was. In fact, I was going to compliment you that you really have a wonderful attitude about this. You have seemed to remain fairly cheerful. Let's face it, an exploding cow carcass would be an unnerving experience, to say the least.
Well, being the subject of an international news story,
right? And we haven't said your last name, by the way.
No, please don't.
No.
It's the word's out.
Right.
In my small community here.
Right. Of.
I'm sorry, I'm coughing. What does it matter?
Cumbria.
I'm sorry?
Cumbria.
You're familiar?
Well, that's the county you obviously live in, is Cumbria, northwestern England.
I was trying not to let the word out,
I
but
see.
apparently you're not helping me there.
No, I see. And even your prime minister, Tony Blair, has weighed.
Well, he has. What has Prime Minister Blair said?
Pardon me?
What has Prime Minister Blair said?
He understood that you were moving a rotting cattle
another
cart.
one. Yeah, funny. He's very funny.
Right.
Very original.
Right.
He understands I was moving. Huh?
Sure. Right. Moving a rotting cattle carcass.
Right. It's not funny.
But what else, Greg, that seems to give your story such peculiar newsworthiness is the fact that the fluid did flow into your open mouth.
Most unfortunate for me.
I would imagine.
I've tried. You tried to brush your teeth.
Right.
We already have those bad British teeth.
Right. What would this do to them?
Right. Tough enough. You'd think it would. The acid in our teeth would just. Neutralize it.
I see.
But it hasn't.
Have you been to the pub yet? Are the guys giving you quite a bit of grief down at the pub?
I've been down there. Once you realize you've ingested something foul from a cow that had mad cow,
hoof and mouth is different than mad cow.
Mad cow, hoof and mouth at this point.
For you,
what does it matter?
What difference does it make?
So you go down there for a pint.
Right.
And you take some ribbing from the fellas.
Right.
Pub. Sure.
Well, I'm glad you took this time to be with us. It's
a difficult burden.
You've been to the hospital. You've undertaken the test, but they have not been disclosed. Is that correct?
Well, that's true, but try to tell that to my wife.
Yeah, because that's a whole different problem with you, isn't it?
Sure, and once you're down...
What's her name?
Her name?
Right.
Her name is Ida.
Ida. All right.
Ida, really want to get to know her better. But I can't because I have hoof and mouth disease.
Right, which is a problem.
Right.
Were you wearing the special suit, the rubber suit and everything?
I unfortunately declined.
I see.
I had some overalls on, some very thick gloves, goggles, a cap,
right,
a scarf, but nothing to cover my mouth, unfortunately.
Well, the good news, Greg, as I'm sure you've been told by the doctors, is that this ailment is not considered dangerous for humans. It does produce flu-like symptoms, however, and short-lived blisters.
Short-lived blister? Flu-like?
Flu-like symptoms.
That must be why I feel...
Oh! That was the man in England, Greg. We read your letter.
Yes, it was, and I hope you enjoyed the best of Garage Logic today, and a CD that I'm quite fond of, the best of Garage Logic's 4 o'clock hour. So I hope you enjoyed. We're having kind of a theme in honor of what we're going to debut next week, the Garage Logic 30th anniversary tribute. So stay tuned for more information for that. And also don't forget, if you haven't done so yet, hit the subscribe button on the Garage Logic YouTube channel. And you can follow us along on all of our social media channels, which of course includes Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Have a great Thursday, and we'll do this again tomorrow for the best of Garage Logic.
It is time once again to check in with our guy, Mr. Money Talk, Josh Arnold, who's on the line with us. You know the drill. There really is no better time than right now to pick up that phone, give Josh a call for that free 48-minute financial consultation. All you have to do is dial 952-925-5608. That's 952-925-5608. You make the call and you get Josh, who will always give you straight talk without sugar-coated advice like he's going to do right now, talking Fed and those ADP jobs numbers. Josh, how you doing?
I am doing pretty well. I'll say, how can I not be doing pretty well after a very strong, for my clients, first half of the year? Now, of course, portfolios that I manage for my clients and myself are very, we'll call it focused and concentrated in companies involved in the internet, leisure-related businesses, China-related businesses, and real assets such as real estate. And I do a little short-term trading. We typically avoid banks and pharmaceuticals or companies where there's, I'll say, excess government interference and or labor management issues. But that's why we call it focused and concentrated. So this year has been very, very good year to date. But we don't know what the future is going to be. And if we looked at today being Thursday, the market is down as measured by the Dow Jones, the S&P, and NASDAQ, because worries abound that because the ADP, which is private payrolls, primarily for small to mid-sized companies, was twice as good as had been expected. Actually, a little bit more than twice as good as had been expected. And this comes a day before the June employment number comes out and about a week before the CPI number comes out for the month of June. Horror upon horrors. The ADP number was too good, and it shows that people were making too much money. Oh, my goodness. Good jobs or more jobs than expected, people making more money. What's the Fed to do? Oh, with all the tightening that they've been doing, the fear in the marketplace is that the Fed is going to continue tightening and over-tighten and tip the economy into a recession. Now, this recession has been advertised for well over a year based on the Fed's raising interest rates very, very quickly and very steeply, and the yield curve inverting. And the yield curve is still inverted as the two-year Treasury is now above a 5% yield, which is the highest, well, almost the highest it's been since 2007. And the 10-year is just slightly above 4% yield. And if you were to go get a mortgage, now mortgage rates, are up. Now, speaking of mortgages, here's something else that's concerning to the Fed. House prices are still much higher than had been expected, even though they have been leveling off. And housing demand is still pretty strong. And all you have to do is witness Toll Brothers, Pulte Homes, among other home builders, which have been some of the leading stocks this year. Pulte has said that while they see the average selling price of a house come down, they're still selling more houses than expected. Now, that's not in every market across the country, but that's where they have been building. And with housing still strong and jobs still strong, the Fed still thinks they have way more to do to slow the economy down. Now, I've been saying for many months, hey, Fed, pay attention to what's going on in the real economy. Commodity prices have been down. Just look at commodity stocks, which have been tremendous laggards. So that's an input to costs have been down. take a look when you're looking at the employment number. Yes, the ADP number has been going up. Well, we're entering into the summer. People are still traveling. So travel and leisure jobs have been up. But there are a lot of manufacturing jobs that have come down. Construction jobs are still up. Well, thank you very much for the CHIPS Act and the Inflation Reduction Acts, which have added to infrastructure spend. Oh, well, that infrastructure spend, that equals a lot of construction-related jobs. You've got construction-related jobs. Take a look at construction-related companies. Oh, boy. If we can see that here in Edina, Minnesota, you kind of wonder why the Fed people in Washington or the other cities where the Fed offices are located can't see the same thing. Yes, prices on certain things are up. Yes, but having people working, that is a positive, at least in my mind, for the economy. And to want to stall that out, to me, is nonsensical. Meantime, stocks that are seen as being adverse to higher interest rates or companies that are carrying a lot of debt, those stocks have been down, as have numerous semiconductor names also down on the fear of higher interest rates. In terms of semiconductors, those that have been leaning towards artificial intelligence related matters have been on a strong run, and any pullback on those could provide an opportunity to add. And speaking of artificial intelligence, Morgan Stanley raised the price target on one artificial intelligence stock, which is seen as a leader, that being Microsoft, which is one of the few stocks in the green today.
Thanks a ton, Josh. Great to hear it. Great to hear from you.
Always. You have a good day, a good weekend. We'll talk again next week.
Yeah, you as well. And you heard him, GLers. Great information there. Pick up that phone, make that call for that free 48-minute financial consultation by dialing 952-925-5608. That's 952-925-5608, where you will always get straight talk and you'll never get sugar-coated advice.
Investment services offered by Josh Arnold Investment Consultant LLC, a security investment advisor. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. All investments involve risk. All comments and opinions are Josh Arnold's and do not constitute investment advice.
Chris Reavers is a paid endorser.